Hello and welcome to another edition of The Daily. I'm Samantha Yarock here with Andrew Wiebe, and I am so happy to have you here to talk about the 12th consecutive win for the U.S. men's national team. They beat Bosnia 4-3 thanks to Jozy Altidore with a hat trick and Eddie Johnson's goal early in the second half. They went into that halftime down 2-0. What changed for them in the second?
Well, it came down to a formation shift, and Jurgen Klinsmann said at halftime, he told his team, look guys, we can compete. We are an equal with them. We can go eye to eye, and they did in the second half. They surpassed that. They came out in that 4-4-2. Eddie Johnson partnering Jozy Altidore up top before Aaron Johansson came in later in the match, but that seemed to open things up. It gave someone for Altidore to play off of. We saw in the first half, he is a physical presence. He will find a way to get on the ball. He will draw fouls, but without that guy next to him, you're not reaping the dividends all the time. Immediately a long ball from Michael Bradley, a sublime touch from Altidore, and then Eddie Johnson with the easy finish got things started for the Americans. But look, it's great to mention all those guys. There were some good performances, but this was the Jozy Altidore show, baby. And he had those three beautiful goals, the free kick that surprised everybody, a left footer, a right footer. He did it all in this game. Tim Howard has called him the U.S.'s moneymaker. Well, that's spot on. He's going to be the guy you expect to lead the U.S. to these next World Cup qualifiers. All
right, well, Jozy Altidore's hat trick last night puts him at 8 goals in 5 consecutive games, a U.S. record. But elsewhere in international play, we saw Vancouver's DP Kenny Miller scoring for Scotland in their match against England, and then Raul Fernandez, Superman, posting a clean sheet, played a full 90 for Peru in their game against South Korea. For more on all of these international games, check out MLSsoccer.com. It was also a big night for the U.S. men's national team's biggest rival, Mexico. They had a win against Ivory Coast. Andrew, does this take any pressure off of Chepo?
Look, 4-1 win. That was what the fans in attendance at MetLife Stadium wanted to see, but I don't think this takes the pressure off Chepo at this point. It's all about the World Cup. There is no in-between for him. He said the day before the game, we will qualify. We will get to Brazil. They've got a lot of work to do. If you look at this match, the Ivory Coast did not put out their best team. That starting lineup did not have Didier Drogba. It did not have Solomon Klou. It did not have Gervinho. And Yaya Toure did not even make this match day squad. Wiebe Peralta had a great game up top for Mexico. They've got to be happy about that. That lack of finishing they've complained about for the past 6 to 8 months, it was there. But look, weakened Ivory Coast squad, 2 huge matches coming in World Cup qualifying. Chepo's going to be judged on that U.S. match in Columbus. He's going to be judged on their ability to get 6 points out of their next 2 World Cup qualifiers. That media pressure is not going anywhere for now, at least.
Well, for all of the coverage of these upcoming World Cup qualifiers, stay tuned to MLSsoccer.com. Moving on to MLS news, the LA Galaxy with a big announcement today. They will be hosting a press conference at 12 p.m. Pacific time where they will be announcing their 3rd designated player. Andrew, Galaxy have been saying this week they want to finalize their deal with Omar Gonzalez. Is this a coincidence?
Well, I think probably not. You look at some of those comments coming out of LA and they're a little bit thinly veiled. We've got our 3rd designated player. We want to lock up Omar Gonzalez. It's been pretty clear that they were probably going to have to throw DP money at Omar to keep him around. But he also said, look, at some point I would like to try Europe. But he did say, could it be at the end of this year? Perhaps. But perhaps at the end of another 3 years or so. So I think you look at this, a lot of thinly veiled stuff flying around LA. We'll have to wait and see until that press conference actually goes down. But if it is Omar Gonzalez, that's groundbreaking stuff for MLS. An American defender getting DP dollars, a big, big deal.
All right, Andrew, that's not the only team with some DP news. What else is going on?
Well, we finally got the announcement out of Chicago on Arevalo Rios. He is that Uruguayan midfielder that's going to come in as a DP. He's on loan for now. They have an option to purchase at the end of the season, but a big pickup for them. Really going to provide some steel in that midfield. Maybe allow some of those attacking talents a little bit more freedom to roam, and certainly with them out of the playoffs right now, that's good news.
Well, is he a player you would pick up for your fantasy team?
That's questionable. Right now, I don't think so, but make sure you check out starting lineup. That will come out today. We'll go over all the injuries in MLS. I'll even give you my 15 players that I would pick up if I was going to use my wild card today.
Wow, well, I don't want to miss that. Well, that's all we have for the Daily today. Be sure to check out tomorrow. We'll be back with more.